Abe was kind of like a brother to me. He wasn't officially adopted by my parents, but his mother died when he was about 8 years old, and he and I were good friends then. And that left the father with 5 children, and different people in town took in one of the 5 kids. My parents took Abe in and raised him as a brother to me. And Abe was a very dedicated person, dedicated to his job. Oftentimes, at quitting time, Abe and I would go to the bar at that time, the patio, and have a beer. One night or one afternoon, we're having our beer. I have my back to the pool. Abe is facing the pool at the other side of the table. He suddenly says, "Oh my God." And I says, "What?" And he says, "Look." I said, "Look at what?" And he says, "Look behind you." And I looked across the pool. There was a young lady stark naked. And I said, "Abe, you handle this one. I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole." He grabbed a handful of bath towels and went running over to her and says, "Put some of these towels wrapped around you." She says, "I won't." She starts giving him a hard time. He said, "I'm going to call the police." She says, "So call them." He finally convinced her she should wrap herself in the bath towels. No, in the early days there was no fence around the property. The pool hours were just from 8 or 9 in the morning until dusk. And at dusk the bathhouse closed and the pool had no lights, and it was just wide open. We often, after Boy Scout meeting, would come over here on our way home and just walk over the edge of the pool, peel off our clothes, and skinny dip in the pool. And we had a lot of fun doing that. They had a night watchman. His name was Mr. Holliday. He would hear us laughing and giggling and splashing. And he became wise to what was going on. But rather than confront us, he'd just walk the perimeter of the pool and pick up all our clothes and take them into the bathhouse here. Well, you could hardly go home stark naked. You had to confront Mr. Halliday. He'd take down your parents' name and address. Then he'd let you have your clothes, and he'd contact your parents. You'd hear from them when you got home.